Welcome back, everybody. I'm Terry Owens, and this is MTA Commuter Connections. You've probably heard a lot recently about the Baltimore Red Line. It's the new light rail system that will run from Security Boulevard through downtown to Canton, where we are now, and then to Bayview Hospital, its final destination. It's a project that has the potential of bridging communities and businesses throughout the region while creating lots of jobs. Deputy Director of Transit Development Jamie Kendrick joins us now with an update on the progress of the Baltimore Red Line. Jamie, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you. It's great to be here in Canton, where just a few years we'll be under construction on the Red Line.
For people who've not heard a lot about this project, why is this such an exciting development for the region?
Well, for so many years, we have wanted to have an east-west connection that was rapid and reliable, and now that is well within our sights. It's a system that it contributes to our overall system, the metro, the light rail, and really does start to make those connections that we've not really had in the region, and bring Southeast Baltimore into the rail fold. It's never really been there before.
And why is that level of connectivity so important to the growth of a region?
Well, it's the growth of the region and the growth of our system. You know, we know that great regions, great cities have great transit that is reliable, that is rapid, and it's something that attracts people and businesses to live and grow in that region. We see this in Boston, we see this in Phoenix, we see it in Seattle, and we are going to be just like those cities with our transit system going forward.
For years, these projects were in limbo due to a question around funding. Now we can almost see light at the end of the tunnel.
We really can. I'm so excited. I've been working on this for 10 years, and this month, Governor O'Malley, Lieutenant Governor Brown are going to announce that the state is putting in its first big share of construction funding, almost $700 million, that will get us out of the box and get us matching our federal dollars that we will win in a grant from the Federal Transit Administration. And not only is that important because of getting under construction and just getting that first shovel on the ground, but because that Transportation Investment Act that Governor O'Malley, the General Assembly, worked on is not just about transit. It's about improving our entire transportation system around the state and around the region. So there are highway improvements, there's port improvements, all of these improvements which create to better mobility and economic growth around the region, including the Red Line.
This program is not without its challenges. We've heard all kinds of calls for everything from streetcars and other things to either complement or shorten the system. For people who hear that and say, well, why not consider that? Well, what do you say to those folks?
I say we've been in a process for 10 years now, and we've looked at a lot of those issues and ideas, and a lot of them have merit, but they also have their flaws. And we're trying to build a rail line that has compatibility in terms of its speed, its reliability, and its qualities that looks like the metro, that looks like the current light rail, where it runs in its own guideway, where it has its own stations with their own identities. And so, streetcars certainly have their place in a system. Buses obviously have been the backbone of our system for years, but now it's time to take that next step and really build that rapid, reliable system that connects all throughout the region.
And throughout this process, you've worked tirelessly to keep the community involved, to have that engagement. Why is that important?
Well, it's important because at the end of the construction, even though we all live here in this community, the communities that are most directly affected are going to have a sense of pride and ownership of the project. They're going to have to embrace it within their community. And I know that a lot of people have concerns, and they're all very legitimate questions and concerns that we've been working to resolve. Some people don't like the answers, but we can honestly say that we have done our level best to try and engage constructively to address them as best we can. Look, any multi-billion-dollar infrastructure project breaks a few eggs, right? It's our job to make sure that the omelet comes out better on the back end.
And what does it say about this project that the folks in Washington are redlining the project and saying this is one that we would consider for new starts and go forward?
Well, it gives us a lot of confidence as the planning and engineering team. It gives a strong signal to the construction industry to get ready, to get themselves geared up. It obviously provides for the state, for state legislators and the governor, some level of certainty that when they're out there pushing for this Transportation Infrastructure Investment Act like they did in the spring, that there is something that's going to be on the ground. And our federal partners have been great. You may recall that President Obama actually highlighted this as one of his top 10 infrastructure projects in the country, which really sped up the environmental approval process, and now has us with the green light to go into those very final stages before we put shovels in the ground.
And for you guys that have been wed to this project for so many years, what does it mean to have the support of the governor, to have the support of the lieutenant governor, the General Assembly stepping up to say we're going to fund these projects?
Well, obviously on a kind of a personal and professional level, it's very fulfilling and very validating. Again, I've been on this for 10 years. Folks like Henry Kay and some of our consultants been doing this for slightly more than that. And it's, you know, on a personal level, it's incredibly rewarding to see that we're going to have a shovel in the ground in the next 18 months or so.
Most people don't really have an appreciation for what it takes to plan a project like this and then to see it through. These are long-range projects. They take years of labor, but it really is exciting to see that we're on the crest of something big, not only here in this region, but over in the Montgomery County area where we're looking at the Purple Line, the Corridor Cities Transitway projects. You guys are doing great work.
The Purple Line is, you know, on the same track, if you will, that we're going to be ready to put a shovel in the ground in the next year or two, and we couldn't be more excited about it.
All right, Jamie Kendrick, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks so much, Terry. I had a great time.